Hey up guys, how are we doing? How are we all doing? Are we alright? Thanks for clicking on this video, by the way. I do appreciate it, just to see what it's all about, to see what I've got to say and you know, etc. I do appreciate your viewership, I really do. Like I said, I appreciate that and thank you so much again. So I'm out today and I plan on like making at least 2 for definite, if not 3 videos, sort of like all at once, do you know what I mean? All on the same day, so to speak, and then they'll get put on YouTube whenever they get put on. But yeah, so yeah guys, yeah, I'm the Autistic Biker. So I just thought I'd just share this idea with you all. I thought about this other day. Yeah, it came to light in my head other day. Well, it was other week actually. A good couple of few weeks ago, if I'm honest. And what I've done is just like I do all the time. I've got like this. I use like a Microsoft Word document on my laptop. And what I do is whenever I like have an idea, you know, like for my next video, instead of using like a pen and paper, you know, jotting it down on pen and paper, I'll basically find my laptop up, go onto my Microsoft Word document, and then instead of using ink and on paper, I just use my fingers to type on keyboard and just sort of like save it as like a draft. Save my motorcycle YouTube blogging video ideas on like a Microsoft Word document as a draft, do you know what I mean? So it's been on there for a good few weeks, and I just had this idea and I just want to see what you guys reckon of it, really, basically. Your whole, to sum it up in a nutshell, to cut a long story short, when I said to see what you guys reckon of it, what I mean by that as a whole is just absolutely anything and everything. I just want your whole intake on it, basically, and your whole outlook on it. So it's basically targeted and aimed at action cams that obviously us as motorcycle bloggers do actually tend to use, obviously, of course. So whether if you've got like a cross tow or a DJI Osmo or a GoPro, that weren't good. Thought I were in second, I were in neutral from first gear. You might have heard it then, but it didn't go into second for a bit. All sorted now though. But yeah, or whether if you've got a DJI Osmo or a cross tow or a drift innovation. So whatever action cam you've actually got that you use, it's basically just sort of like a nice creative funky idea again, just like I had the other week about you know, sort of like animal resemblances. If your motorcycle, if your motorbike had to be an animal, which one would it be and why? Well, this is a sort of like other funky, creative, just nice passing time hobby idea of a video like that. But only it's a bit more than that. It's sort of like hopefully as well, fingers crossed, touch wood, it's a sort of like shout out. Only if I am ever going to be fortunate enough and lucky enough to have someone quite high up in the action cam sort of like manufacturing and the programming who works for these action cams, who might actually watch and listen to this video sometime in the near future, whenever it may be, and be like, actually, that's actually not a bad idea. That is actually an alright idea. And then basically, you schedule in a meeting, you share it with the with your other committees on board, you know, like with your other high up members of that action cam company. You introduce it to them and you say, look, why don't we look at doing it? See if we can do something. But basically, so you know, like you've got your action cams, yeah? No matter what make of action cam you've got, yeah? Obviously, each action cam has sort of like their own built-in features and settings, don't they? In the settings itself. You know, you can play about with settings, you can tamper them, you can play about, you can have a bit of fun by going into your settings on each action cam and just seeing what the little beauty can actually do for you. To see what the little beauty does actually do when you can play that with settings. So I thought to myself the other week, you know, actually just like my idea that I had on the animal resemblance motorbike video, I thought actually, but let's see what you guys reckon to this. I thought actually, what about if these action cam companies who actually make them in their, you know, warehouse, factory, shop, whatever, what about if they were to sort of like try their best by racking their heads and the brains to see if they can actually come up and sort of like mass produce something, like produce some sort of like feature that you program and function into the settings of an action cam, where, are you ready for it? Drum roll, give me a drum roll. Right, are you ready for it? 1, 2, 3, here we go. Animal eyesight. So basically, for example, you know, sort of like how we are led to believe how a snake actually sees, and how a dog actually sees, and how a dog, and how a cat actually sees, as in with their actual eyesight, to do with how their brain basically cognitive functions. The actual dogs and the cats and the snake's eyesight, or whatever animal you've got in the world, whatever, it doesn't matter. But basically what they do is, I'm under the impression, I believe, that when an animal actually dies, you know, these sort of like very sort of like clever like scientists, but sort of like your neurological like animal scientists that study different various other body parts of animals, basically look at it like this. It is sort of like a like an autopsy, or I forgot the other word that I'm thinking of, but it is sort of like an autopsy, or like something else that I'm thinking of, but I just can't get it out of my mouth. But people study like dead animals' brains and eyesight and pupils, and they sort of like, you know, they've got all this like multi-million dollars or multi-million pounds worth of technology, where, you know, they look into different various body parts on animals, don't they? And I just think it's so fascinating and so clever. Anyway, one of body parts that they do actually study is a brain and eyesight. So I thought to myself the other day, maybe that is how we have been led to believe. Just let me pull visor down, that's better. Maybe that's how we have sort of like been led to believe, like how a dog sees, or how a cat sees, or how a snake sees, or how a spider, like a tarantula, sees. Any animal in the world, any animal, any insects, any sort of like bird, you know, like bird of prey, like eagle or falcon. You've got your falcon and you've got your eagles and stuff like that. So I thought to myself, how good would it be as a first for an action cam company out there to actually program and function some sort of like setting where you can go onto your settings on your action cam and you can enable that setting. So, you know, just like now as you're watching this video, listening to me, you're seeing just like how a typical normal sort of like just camera sees, aren't you? Just like a normal transparent see-through glass or plastic lens, whatever, how it sees on a mobile phone, on an action cam, on a digital camera, on any device whatsoever, right? Anything that records or takes pictures. That's sort of like very ordinarily and very the norm, isn't it? That's like very normality. But can you imagine sort of like doing like a motor blog where you've got an action cam and it's the first up market where they've manufactured it and mass produced it, where you're going to like your settings and you basically you can choose and you can select which setting and which feature you want to put it on that animal's eyesight. How good would that be? That would just be absolutely amazing, wouldn't it? Absolutely amazing. So basically I'd be doing a motor blog now, yeah, and it'd be recording, and I wouldn't know until I were to get back home and actually watch the playback on it through what I video captured. And when you get back home, when you plug it through your laptop or your telly or your computer or whatever, or watch it on your phone through app for when you get back in or whatever, it basically records how like a dog or a cat or a bird, tarantula, falcon, eagle, you name it, sees. And I just think that'd just be right good. It'd just be a right good idea, that, do you know what I mean? I just thought it'd be a right good idea, a really, really good idea. I just thought, why not? And that's it basically. So I am really interested, guys, to hear your whole, well, everything on it, your opinion, your judgment, what you think, you know, and stuff like that. I just think it'd be so cool. Peacock, there you go, look, peacock, that's another name of a bird for you. So how a peacock sees and stuff like that, do you know what I mean? You know, before you leave the house, you could go onto your settings on your action cam when it's fully charged, and you could be like, actually, oh, I'll just see what are the sort of like animal resemblance eyesights this action camera's actually got programmed and functioned and built into it for a change. I put it on a dog setting yesterday, so I know just for a change I'm going to see just how the cat sees now. I'm going to put it on like a cat setting, or I've already had the cat setting, I'll put it on like how an eagle sees, or like a falcon, anything, do you know what I mean? Just absolutely anything. I just think that'd be so cool, so cool. And can you imagine which action cam company would be the first to actually make, you know, function, produce something like that? to do with sort of like functioning and processing something, however they know that they need to make it work and function. Like do something to the graphics card, the CPU board, the GPU, the motherboard, whatever electronic little metal component they need to, like, you know, sort of like computer chip or something to make it happen. But my point is can you imagine the first action cam, whoever it's going to be, for them to be the first one to actually own that sort of setting? Can you imagine the money, the revenue, the profit that they would receive and they would have? Can you imagine that, guys? I just think it'd be absolutely brilliant. Just absolutely fantastic. Anyway, guys, yeah, please just let me know what you think. So yeah, so I'm the Autistic Biker. Look at that look, yes, Remembrance Day. I am the Autistic Biker, and thank you ever so much for watching, tuning in, clicking on this video. Please feel free to subscribe, just give me some more support, but honestly guys, you don't have to. So yeah, I will love you and leave you all. I'll leave it there, love you and leave you. Yes, and that is it. Thanks ever so much, guys. Okay, take care. Bye bye.